Today we are going to read chapter sound. Okay? All of you should know sound is a form of energy, and energy is the capability of a body to do work. Without energy, no work can be performed. All of you know it very well. When you fall sick, if you do not have energy in your body, can you do work? You can't do work. You get energy from your food, and when you fall sick, there is loss of appetite. Appetite, you understand? Loss of hunger, and you do not like to eat anything. You do not have energy in your body, and you don't like to do any work. So energy is the capability of a body to do work. Without energy, no work can be performed. And there are various forms of energy like light energy, electrical energy, mechanical energy. What is mechanical energy? Potential energy and kinetic energy are collectively called mechanical energy. Chemical energy, that is stored in the battery. So there are various forms of energy, and sound is also a form of energy. Okay? And it causes sensation of hearing in our ears. So you can define what is sound. Sound is a form of energy which causes sensation of hearing in our ears. So you are reading chapter sound. Sound is a form of energy which causes sensation of hearing in our ears. What is the basic cause of production of sound? Vibration. Vibration is the basic cause of production of sound. What is vibration? To and fro motion of an object. Back and forth motion of an object. Like swing, jhula. When you sit on the swing, you see how is its motion? It moves to and fro. It moves like to and fro. This is like the swing moves in to and fro motion, and this is to and fro motion, back and forth motion. It is called vibration. And what is oscillation? Oscillation is also to and fro motion of an object. Now what's the difference between oscillation and vibration? There is difference between the two. Do you have I card? Please give me one I card, any one of you. You are not wearing your I card. School I card is not with you. Now, you will see that if it is one thread is here and this is a metal box. When you give a gentle push to it, it will move to this side and again it will come to its position. Then it will move to this side, again it will come to its position. It is a pendulum. Okay? One string is there and at the bottom there is a bob. So when it moves to and fro motion, it is showing, it is simple pendulum, it is showing oscillation. But this oscillation is not a vibration, because here the frequency is very low and you cannot hear the sound. It is moving to and fro, but is it producing sound? Can you hear the sound of pendulum? No. This is the difference. Here the frequency of the sound is very low. You cannot hear the sound. But when the to and fro motion Causes. Now, can you listen the sound? Here the frequency is more. Here also there is vibration, to and fro motion, and this to and fro motion, you see, you can hear the sound because its frequency is more. So this is difference between oscillation and vibration. Oscillation also it is to and fro motion, and in vibration also there is to and fro motion. But in vibration you will see this to and fro motion, the frequency of the sound is more, so you can hear the sound. Okay. Now what are the methods to produce sound? Sound is produced by different methods. Like sometimes sound is produced by striking. When I strike the tabletop with duster, all of you are hearing sound. Similarly, sound can be produced by what? Shaking of any bottle. If in the bottle, do you have water bottle with you? Please give me. You will see that when you shake the bottle, in the bottle there is water. Empty, some quantity of water you can drink. So you will see that when you shake the bottle, it produces sound. Two methods you have seen, like this is when you shake the bottle. Do you see? Sound is produced. Are you hearing sound? Sound can be produced by shaking.
Yes, ma'am.
In the similar way, sound can be produced by rubbing. When you rub your palm, sound is produced. Sound can be produced by plucking in sitar, guitar. What do you see? When you pluck the string, sound is produced. So there are various methods to produce sound. Like sound can be produced by plucking the string, by shaking, by rubbing, by striking. There are various methods to produce sound. Now you will see, children, the next topic is propagation of sound. Sound requires material medium to propagate. Propagate means travel. Sound cannot travel in vacuum. Vacuum means where there is no air. That is why when you go to moon, on the moon you cannot hear even the explosion, because there is no atmosphere on the moon. Like earth, on the earth there is atmosphere. This atmosphere extends up to height 200 kilometer and you can hear the sound. But in the outer space you cannot hear the sound because there is no atmosphere. Sound requires material medium for its propagation, for traveling. In the vacuum, sound cannot propagate. Okay? And when the lightning and thunder occur, firstly you see the lightning, then you hear the thunder. Why? Both of them occur simultaneously. Simultaneously means they occur at the same time. Okay? Thunder and lightning occur at the same time. They occur simultaneously. But firstly we see the lightning, then we hear the thunder. Why? Because the speed of light is million times more than the sound. The speed of light is 3 lakh kilometer per second. Okay, in 1 second light can travel 3 lakh kilometer, whereas sound can travel only 330 meter in 1 second. So if you compare the speed of light and sound, you see the speed of light is a million times more than the sound. So firstly we see the lightning and then we hear the thunder. Very important question. Okay, lightning and thunder occur simultaneously. But firstly we see the lightning, then we hear the thunder. Am I clear?
Yes.
Now you will see, children, that the next topic is very important, activity 6. How can you say that light requires material medium to travel? Or how can you say that light cannot propagate through vacuum? For that you require a bell jar. You require a bell jar. And in the center of this bell jar, you pass one glass rod and there is a cork in the center. Firstly, you see this is cork, and through this cork you make a hole in the center of this cork and pass one glass rod through it and hang one bell through it. Now you shake the bell jar. You will see the bell vibrates and you will hear the sound of the bell because there is air in the bell jar. Now you connect a vacuum pump in the bell jar. What you will connect? Vacuum pump. Now you evacuate air from the bell jar. This vacuum pump will evacuate air from the bell jar. Evacuate means this bell jar will now not contain air. Air will be expelled out from this bell jar. When you will connect vacuum pump, what will happen? Vacuum pump will evacuate air from the bell jar. Now again you shake the bell jar. Again you shake the bell jar. Now do you listen the sound of the bell? Now this time you will not listen the sound of the bell because you have used vacuum pump which has evacuated air from the bell jar. So there is no air in the bell jar and you cannot listen any sound. Now there is vacuum, there is no air. So this empty space is there, no air is there. That is why we can conclude through this activity that air requires material medium for its propagation. Or you can say that air cannot propagate through, sound cannot propagate through vacuum. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
This activity is very very important. इस एक्टिविटी में क्या किया आपने? एक बेल जार लिए हैं हम लोग और बेल जार में बीच में हम लोग एक कॉर्क फिट किए हैं और कॉर्क को चारों तरफ से हम लोग एडहेसिव से जहाँ पर कोई एयर जाने का रास्ता नहीं है बंद कर दिए हैं और इसके बीच में एक होल बनाकर एक ग्लास रॉड लगाए हैं और ग्लास रॉड से एक बेल टांग दिए हैं। अब जब हम बेल जार को शेक करते हैं तो बेल वाइब्रेट करता है और वाइब्रेशन से आवाज़ होती है जो हम लोग सुनते हैं। अब हम लोग क्या करते हैं, इस बेल जार में एक वैक्यूम पंप लगा देते हैं और इस बेल जार के अंदर से एयर को निकाल देते हैं। अब उसके अंदर एयर नहीं है। अब अगर हम बेल जार को शेक करते हैं तो क्या होता है, बेल तो वाइब्रेट हो रहा है लेकिन बेल हिल रहा है, लेकिन हम लोग आवाज़ क्यों नहीं सुन रहे हैं? क्योंकि वहाँ से साउंड ट्रैवल नहीं कर पा रहा है। साउंड को ट्रैवल करने के लिए क्या चाहिए? मटेरियल मीडियम चाहिए, एयर चाहिए। एयर में पार्टिकल्स होता है और यही पार्टिकल साउंड को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ले जाते हैं। जैसे सपोज ये सारे पार्टिकल्स हैं एयर में ना, यहाँ से आया साउंड। अब ये पार्टिकल आगे जाएगा, टू एंड फ्रो मोशन में बताई हूँ, आगे जाएगा, इसको स्ट्राइक करेगा, कोलोसन होगा। इस class is going on, okay? Just a minute. हेलो हेलो,
एक मिनट रुको।
क्यों?
सुनो,
हाँ क्या क्या? अभी क्लास में, क्लास चल रहा है, रिकॉर्डिंग चल रहा है, बंद करो अभी। क्या क्या? वो बकेट में है, अभी रखो भाई।
that is not the issue.
So you have seen, children, that when we evacuate air with the help of vacuum pump, there is no air, so sound is not propagating, not traveling, and we cannot hear the sound. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? This is particle in the air and it moves through to and fro. All of you have read back and forth. So when it will move, it will strike this particle and this again it will come back to its position, okay, and it will transfer its kinetic energy to this particle, and this particle will again move and it will transfer its kinetic energy to this particle, and again it will come back to its position. It will move ahead, it will give its kinetic energy to this particle, again it will come to its place. So this back and forth motion is taking place, and the particles, these air particles are transferring, are propagating the sound from one place to another place. You are seeing how propagation of sound takes place. The air particles in the air, they vibrate and they propagate, the sound propagates, and we can hear the sound. Now you children know that sound may travel through solid, liquid and gas, and the speed of sound is maximum in solid, then in liquid and least in gas. If you compare the speed of sound in iron and the speed of sound in water and the speed of sound in air, you will see the speed of sound is maximum in iron, then in water. In water it is 1500 meter per second, and in air it is 330 meter per second. So speed of sound is maximum in which medium? Solid, then in liquid and then in gas. Why it is maximum in solid? You can see the arrangement of the molecules in the solid, liquid and gas. All of you have read. This is liquid
in the gas.
and this is gas. So what you see in solid, molecules are very tightly packed, very close to each other. So they will strike the other particle, and that is why the speed of sound is maximum in solid. And in this liquid you will see the molecules are a little bit away from each other. So
Particles are not tightly packed.
so the sound is traveling at lower speed than the solid. And in gas you will see the molecules are far apart from each other. So hello? Hello?
Now it is.
All of you have understood why the speed of sound is maximum in solid, then in liquid, then in gas. You came to know?
Yes.
What is the reason?
मैम एक क्वेश्चन है
What is your question? Yes, yes, this is the reason. Then you will see children, I want to cover the entire chapter. Now you will see the next topic is about the important things, how sound is produced in human with the help of vocal cord. In the windpipe you have seen there is larynx, that is also called voice box, and across this voice box there are two vocal cords, and between the vocal cord there is a slit. Slit means gap, hole, and when the lungs pushes the air it comes to that gap, that hole, and this air causes vibration in the vocal cord, and we can hear the sound by the vibration of vocal cord. Mammals can hear sound with the help of vocal cord, like lion, tiger, cat, dog, cow. All of them are mammals and they produce sound with the help of vocal cord. And in birds you will see sound is produced by syrinx. It is a ring of cartilage. It is in the windpipe. It is called syrinx, and with the help of syrinx sound is not syrinx, syrinx. With the help of syrinx sound is produced. And in the insect sound is produced by the vibration of wings. All of you must have heard the irritating sound of the wing of the mosquito. Very irritating sound, isn't? And they produce sound with the help of vibration of wing. Then you will see children that frogs produce sound with the help of vocal sac. Now you have read about the propagation of sound. What is persistence of hearing? Do you know? When we hear the sound, the vibration firstly comes to our external ear. Our ear has three parts: external ear, middle ear and inner ear. When the vibration reaches to the eardrum, it persists there for 1/10th of a second. Persist means it stays there, वहाँ पे ठहरता है. कितने देर तक? 1/10th of a second. It is called persistence of hearing. And what is persistence of vision? 1/16th of a second. And persistence of hearing is 1/10th of a second. Okay. Now, what is echo? When you speak something, the sound goes to some objects and it is reflected back by that object. Then you hear the repeated sound of the original sound. That reflected sound is called echo.
मैम ऐसा क्यों होता
Okay?
है?
ऐसा इसलिए होता है कि sound when strikes the hard object, hard surface, and if it is 17 meter away from us, then the same sound is reflected back. You have read about the reflection of light. As the light is bounced back, in the similar way, the sound is also bounced back if the distance of the object from which the sound is reflected, if reflecting surface is 17 meter away from the source of the sound. Okay, now I am the source of the sound. When I will speak in any field, okay, and in the well also, when we were in our childhood age, we used to speak inside the well, and the same sound we could listen. That time we didn't know what is echo. We were very small, so we didn't know that it is echo. But now we can understand very well what is echo. The echo is the repeated sound, original sound, repeated sound that is reflected from some reflecting source. And this reflection of sound takes place when the reflecting surface is 17 meter away from the source of the sound. अगर आप बोल रहे हैं
Which type?
और
Which
17
type of medium reflects back the sound?
in the air, if you speak in the open place, you listen the same sound. I am a boy, I am a girl. You speak in the open place and you will listen the same sound immediately. What is this? It is repeated original sound that is called echo. And this echo takes place when the sound is reflected back from the reflecting surface. If the reflecting surface is 17 meter away from the source of sound, then you get the chance to listen the repeated original sound. That is called echo. Did you understand? अगर आप बोल रहे हैं और कोई सरफेस है जहाँ से साउंड रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा है, रिफ्लेक्ट मीन्स वापस हो रहा है, तो वो रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस कितना दूर होना चाहिए सोर्स ऑफ साउंड से? 17 मीटर दूर होना चाहिए, तभी आप जो है वो सुन सकते हैं. क्यों होता है ऐसा? क्योंकि आप देखिए लाइट का साउंड का स्पीड कितना है? 330 मीटर पर सेकेंड, है ना? और आप जब बोलते हैं वो गया वहाँ पर, ठीक है, और फिर वहाँ से वापस आया, तो परसिस्टेंस ऑफ हियरिंग क्या है? 1/10th ऑफ ए सेकेंड. तो कितने देर तक आपके कान में रहेगा? 1/10th ऑफ ए सेकेंड. तो ये कितना हो गया? कैंसिल होगा 33 मीटर. और ये 33 मीटर से आएगा, हाफ हो गया, तो कितना हो गया? 33/2 इज इक्वल टू अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 17. ठीक है ना? अप्रॉक्स, नॉट एग्जैक्टली 17, इट इज अप्रॉक्स 17. So the reflecting surface should be 17 meter away from the source of the sound. Then we hear the repeated sound. That is called echo. Keep on sitting. थोड़ा सा 30 minutes नहीं हुआ है, बीच में disturbance हो गया. Then you will read, children. Next topic is about the amplitude, time period and frequency. What is amplitude? You do not have maximum. When you give a gentle push to the bob of the pendulum, suppose, do you have any thread like thing? If you give a gentle push to this, if you give gentle push to this bob, it will move to this side. Again it will come to its mean position. Again it will move to this side, it will come to its mean position. So maximum displacement, this is maximum displacement covered by this bob on either side from its mean position is called amplitude. Okay, the maximum distance covered by this bob on either side from its mean position is called amplitude. And what is its unit? Its unit is meter. Very important. And number of vibration in 1 second. What is one cycle? 1 to and fro motion, that is one cycle. So the number of vibration in 1 second is called frequency. Number of vibration in 1 second is called frequency. And what is time period? Time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation is called time period. Now you should know the unit of all these three. Unit of amplitude is meter, unit of frequency is hertz. In short we can write it like SZ, hertz. Unit of frequency, hertz. Unit of time period, second. And
Second.
unit of amplitude, meter. Very important. Underline it. Unit of amplitude, unit of vibration. What is vibration? Number of oscillation in 1 second is called vibration. What is time period? Time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation is called time period. And what is amplitude? The maximum displacement of a vibrating body on either side from its mean position is called amplitude. Okay. Now the next topic is about the loudness and pitch of a sound. Loudness is determined by amplitude. If the amplitude is more, loudness will be more. And what is pitch of a sound? The pitch of a sound is determined by its frequency. If the frequency of the sound is more, it will have higher pitch and this sound will be shrilled sound. Okay, the sound of a girl, woman or child is shrilled sound, whereas the sound of a boy or man is flatter. Why? Because of the frequency of the sound. The frequency of sound of female or girl or a child is more. Frequency is more means it has high pitch, and the frequency of a man or a boy, frequency of the sound is less, so it has low pitch. So it is flatter sound. Am I clear? Flatter sound and shrilled sound.
Ma'am, you are mute. Ma'am,
Okay, dear.
ma'am,
Je-
you are mute. We can't
Okay.
hear you at all. Ma'am, you are muted.
Now it's okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then you have read, children, about the audible and inaudible sound. If the range of the sound is between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, we can hear such sound, and such sound is called audible sound. What is audible sound? If the frequency of sound is between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, it is called audible sound because we can listen this sound. And if the frequency of sound is less than 20 hertz, it is called infrasonic. It is inaudible, we cannot hear such sound. Okay? And up to 20,000 we can hear, that is audible sound. Okay? And if the frequency of sound is more than 20,000 hertz or more than 20 kilohertz, then also we cannot hear such sound, and such sound is called ultrasonics or ultrasound. This ultrasound is too much applicable in medical science for the diagnosis of many diseases. Children, we cannot hear ultrasound, we cannot hear ultrasonic, but the dogs can hear this ultrasonic. Am I clear? Dogs can hear ultrasonic and many animals can hear infrasonics. That is why their behavior changes when the earthquake is to come, because they can listen the sound which is infrasonic. Okay. So this is all about infrasonic, ultrasonic, and this range 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz is audible range. We can hear such sound, and Next thing you have read, children, that is noise and music. Pleasant sound which gives us relaxation, which is comfortable. We like to listen. It is called music. It is produced by which type of vibration? Periodic vibration, regular vibration. And if the sound is produced by non-periodic vibration or irregular vibration, it is very irritating, it is not comfortable, it is called noise. And noise pollution is very hazardous, very dangerous, because it causes nervous tension, high blood pressure, hypertension, lack of sleep, lack of concentration, etc. So this is about noise and music. Thank you, children.